Madam, am I audible? Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to one and all in today's cybersecurity awareness webinar, Cyber Safe Horizon. And I am extremely delighted to welcome to all our valued customers, the stakeholders, the staff, and citizens at large, those who have connected in our today's webinar. I'm happy to share that in today's webinar, we have invited one of the renowned cybersecurity experts, cyber law, Dr. Prabhuji, who is known for his skill, who has been spearheading this cybersecurity drive and awareness at the grassroots level. You all are aware that the month of October is being celebrated every year, both globally and in India, as the National Cybersecurity Month. The sole intention and aim of increasing cybersecurity awareness among the public and private sector and the citizens of the country. This is in turn will enhance the overall cyber resilience of the nation. This year's campaign theme is Cyber Surakshit Bharat, Satark Nagrik, which demonstrates that while cybersecurity involves a whole of the nation approach, but finally it is all about the people. The aim of this campaign is to spread the cyber awareness amongst the people, citizens, the valued customers, the staff members, and the stakeholders. In fact, we have been doing this consistently, but taking the benefit of this month, which is regarded as the cybersecurity awareness month, we have thought of organizing this particular webinar to reach out to the at the large scale to our valued stakeholders, the customers, and our senior citizens. So with that intent, I welcome once again to one and all. In fact, in today's webinar, our respected ED Sri V.N. Kamble sir was also supposed to join, but due to his last minute preoccupation and last minute meeting, he would be joining in short while ago. So in the meantime, without wasting much time, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Anand Prabhuji, who is the currently engaged with the Sahyadri Engineering College in Bangalore, and sir is spearheading at his own level the vast cybersecurity awareness drive. He is the renowned author, and he has conducted a lot of cybersecurity awareness for the public at large, for the academics institutions, and more importantly, with the law enforcement agencies. Sir is well regarded and well known, and in conducting the large number of cyber security awareness for the police authorities, the civil servants across the country. So I am truly delighted to welcome Dr. Anand Prabhuji, and now I hand over this baton to Dr. Saw for taking us through this entire webinar. And before I invite, I just wanted to request our valued listeners, the people who are connected with us, in case if you have any doubts, you all can raise your queries by sending to our customer care center. We would be taking up the inputs, because this is a broadcast. We are currently live over YouTube, so we would be taking up those queries which you all have. We have been communicating with our email disclosures, email communications to our valued customers, to our partners, to stakeholders, shareholders. So that will continue, and we have been taking this initiative forward, and we are committed to take at a larger scale, so that awareness is the only key to keep ourselves safe and secure from the emerging cyber threats. So with these words, I am taking a pause, and I would request Dr. Anand Prabhu to please switch on your video and take us forward. Thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen, and hand over to Dr. Anand Prabhu, sir. Dr. Are you there?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, sir.
I think there is some issue. If you can give me 1 minute's time, I will just fix it. In the meanwhile,
Sure,
you
sir.
can just talk to the people. The share isn't working, so just give me 1 minute's time. I'll fix on it. Meanwhile, you can address the gathering.
Sure, sir. Sure. So while the Dr. Anand Prabhu will come and join us, I just wanted to highlight the recent the tricks which is being adopted by the cyber criminals, the attackers. The unfortunate part with these attackers is they don't spare anybody, whether we are the youngsters, the professionals, the kids, the ladies, or the professionals, or even senior citizens. So the criminals in these days are working in a very close coordination, and they take the advantage of our ignorance, of our lack of awareness, and they are so opportunistic that they continue to drive their own skill in a very coordinated and syndicated manner. So while they have the data which is curated from different sources, they'll try to send the phishing emails. They'll try to send the bogus SMSs with malicious links. They'll send you some of the numbers of their own criminals showing the urgency, and then they'll invite that yes, you have to immediately act according to their instructions. Unfortunate part is some of us, we miss the red flags and start acting according to their instruction, and that's where the entire problem is. So in cyber security, we say that human is the biggest weakest link, and that is where Dr. Anand Prabhuji will talk about the complete drive as to how we can keep ourselves safe and secure. What are the do's and don'ts? How we can say, and how we can keep ourselves protected, not to act according to the instructions given by the strangers, the attackers, which are anonymous, maybe hidden in India or even abroad or elsewhere. So with this now, I see the Dr. Sahab is already connected. Dr. Anand Prabhu, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Am I audible to all of you?
There is the echo, sir. If you can just see, perhaps the two links are connected. Just check, sir, the audio.
Yeah, what about now? Is it okay?
Still there is echo. I think you may have to mute one of the sessions, sir. Just check.
How about now? Is it fine now for all of you?
Yeah, it is fine. It is perfectly fine. Go ahead, sir.
Perfect. Yeah, my apologies initially for the little bit of hiccup because there was some issue with the Cisco WebEx. Anyways, the first thing is thank you, CISO Saab, for having me here once again. It's always a pleasure talking to everybody, especially the customers of the UCO Bank, because what makes me feel special is today when I visited the website and when I did a check, a VAPT check, which is about the vulnerability and the penetration testing of the entire website of UCO Bank. I'm very happy to say that it's 100% secure. Okay, so that shows the efforts that the entire CISO and their cyber security team at the UCO Bank has put in to ensure that the customers' hard-earned money, the customers' businesses, and the customers' finances, everything works perfectly fine. Now, having said that, I'm sure that many people, when they are browsing the internet, whatever they have searched for, when they visit any website, they will make sure that they get the same ads. Any website they visit, they see the same ads. Not just that, even if you talk about something, you sit with few people and you talk about something, you will see to it that the ads also show about what you have spoken about. And also these days, if you put the AirPods and if you just think about something, you see that ads as well. I'm sure that many of you have experienced this. You think about something and you see that ads. Now, how does this work? So this is one thing many of them have asked me. That is because whenever you're using any app, you give a lot of permissions. Now, which are those permissions that you give? If you have a look at this, you give permission for contacts, location, SMS, camera, photos, whatnot, all the permissions you give, and then you tell, how did these websites know about me? A simple example, if you have given the SMS permission to certain apps, they know whether to show a four-wheeler ad or a two-wheeler ad to you. Now, how does this work? You're a customer of UCO Bank. You go to any shop, you do a transaction, you say you spend about 500 rupees. You get a message from the bank, an SMS, which says that 500 rupees debited, your current balance is 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Or you may get a message, 500 rupees debited, your account balance is 5 lakh rupees. Now, the app for which you have given the SMS permission knows how much money is there in your bank. Based on that, it will show you two-wheeler ad or four-wheeler ad. Now, whose mistake? This has nothing to do with the UCO Bank. This is you who has given permissions to certain apps where you are revealing a lot of your information to them. Okay. And also, some of them, what they do is very bad habit. In their contacts of their phone, they save the username and password. Net banking username and password is saved in the contacts. And also your ATM pin is saved in the contacts. Now, what you have done, look again, you have given the contacts permission to certain apps. Now, those apps will know your username and password of net banking. They will know your ATM pin. So whose mistake? It is your mistake, because we don't know where to save certain things. So therefore, I request all of you to visit this website. Terms of service didn't read. POSBR is the name of the site. If you go to this site, you'll understand how dangerous it is. These apps, they read your private messages. They view your browsing history. Even if you've deleted something, they store a copy of it. So having said that, it is very important. I tell people, either you use two phones. One phone where you are using it exclusively for your net banking and you are using it for your UPI and other activities. No apps, nothing in that phone. You keep very clear and safe. And the other phone, you do all your activities. Okay, because the problem happens when we do not know what to put and what not to put, especially in that device where we are using net banking, where we are using UPI and other features. But whatever it is, my request for all of you is please install a paid antivirus, whichever the brand may be, but it has to be a paid antivirus, point number one. And point number two is you have to update your software, antivirus, operating system regularly. Your bank will give you a message, your app is outdated, you have to update it. What we do, we say later, whenever we are in a Wi-Fi, that time we will update. No. Updates are given because they know that if it is updated, it will be more secure. Wherever the loopholes are there, it will be plugged. But what we do, whenever we see update, we think if I update now, my internet GB will get exhausted. So let me not do it now, we will do it later. No. Even if you don't have internet for that day, it is okay. But we need to update all our apps on a regular basis and also the antivirus. So my request to all of you, if you are having one phone or two phones also, please install antivirus and update your app regularly. Now, another mistake most of us do is when we do carpooling, that is, we go in our friend's car to office or whenever we go, we connect our phone to their car because we want to listen to music, Spotify, YouTube, whatnot. But we need to remember that whenever we connect our phone to somebody's car, automatically SMSs, contacts, and messages, emails, everything gets synchronized from our phone to their device. So my request to all of you is never connect your device to anybody else's Bluetooth. Because when we synchronize, what will happen? As I have said, you must have stored your ATM pin in the contact. You must have stored your net banking username in your contact. So what will happen if your friend gets access to that? He or she may, I don't say they will, but they may log into your account and somebody else who is using the car, they may log into their account because already their contacts are synchronized. So be careful. Okay. Now, if at all you feel that you need to lodge a complaint in India, this is one number I want everybody to remember and store in your contacts. 1930. This is the National Cyber Helpline number. Unfortunately, Indian population, I don't know, must be about 1.5 billion, officially or unofficially, I don't know. But what happens is when you call this number, sometimes you may get engaged, sometimes they may not receive your call. In that case, you can visit cybercrime.gov.in. This is the website, and you can lodge your complaint without going to the police station. Now, a common crime I'm seeing these days, what is happening is the bank customers or anybody for general, they may get a call. They'll get a call from whose number? They will get a call from their son or daughter's number. And one random person will be talking. He will say, when your son or daughter was crossing the road, they met with an accident. Now I'm taking that person, your son, to the hospital. I don't have money. Please Google Pay 5,000 rupees, and he will give his number. Okay. Now, what has actually happened is, if you go to Google and if you just type numbers, mobile numbers of students who have written NEET 2024, for 3,000 rupees it is available for download. If you write mobile numbers of those who have written class 10, you will get their numbers. Not just their number, their father's number also. Now, cyber criminals are downloading these databases and they're using a technique called vishing. So in vishing, what they can do is they can call you from any number they want. In the sense, they can call you from your son's number, but it only appears as your son's number. This is called as vishing. You may get one email from the Sabir ji, who is the CISO of UCO Bank, from his name. This is called as a phishing. So they are using one technique where they fraudulently show as somebody else, or you may get an SMS which is called smishing. So my request is, if at all you get a call, God forbid, where somebody tells that your family member, they're calling from their number only, and they're telling that they met with accident, listen patiently, cut the call and call back the same number. And when you call back the same number, if the call actually goes to your family member or son or that, then it means it's a genuine call. But if when it goes, if your son is receiving the call and tells he is fine, then you have nothing to worry. Okay, number one. If it was used by those cyber criminals by using a vishing technique, what will happen is call will actually go to your son only, but that person will not receive the call. Your son will receive the call, and this way you will be safe. Many people, what they do is they send the money and then they call. I don't want you to do that. I want you to first call, verify, and then send the money. Okay, so this is what. Now see, you will get a message from bank, from UCO Bank. They'll say that they've sent a message. They'll tell 1 lakh rupees debited. You will get a shock by looking at the message. There one fraudulent number will be there. If it is not you, call this number. You will call that number. That person will say, yeah, we are in the customer care, UCO Bank. Now you have to give us your debit card, credit card number. We will refund the money back to you. Number one. So I want all of you to know, when you get a message from UCO Bank, look at the top there. It will say UCO Bank very clearly. Number one. Number two, I want you not to, I repeat, not to search for any helpline number by going to Google, because many a times what cyber criminals do is they manipulate this and they show the fraudulent numbers on Google. So I want you to visit UCO Bank, go to their contact us page, and in the end you can see the number. This is the number you have to save in your phone, and this is the number you have to call, not the number that you see on Google. Third, you can go to their credit or debit card. Take the credit and debit card. In the back side, you can see that number. You can call that number. Okay. Don't call the number that you see on Google, number one. And don't believe messages that come from random numbers. If it is from the bank, it will have the UCO Bank written. So these are some small precautions you have to take. Because what will happen, anybody for that matter, when they get a message like this, the 10,000, the 1 lakh debited, once they will get a shock. They'll be like, oh God, money went. Then they'll immediately call that number. So don't do that. Don't react. Respond. I repeat, don't react, respond. Okay, next. I want you to understand that we are using WhatsApp for communication. Yes or no? So when we are using WhatsApp, what will happen is you may get a message, one email from somebody. Okay, so they will give me your email address, and you will give your email address, and they will send one email. In that email, one attachment will be there. This person will claim to be calling from the messaging from the bank. Okay, telling that I have to send an email to you from this bank. So send your email address, you will send. Now, this email, unfortunately, what we do is we directly download, because many of our laptops or phones don't have antivirus. So when you download this, what will happen is all the files in your computer will get locked. I repeat, all the files in your computer will get locked. And then that person will ask for money. So this is a very common attack these days, which is called as ransomware. So my request to all of you is, before downloading any attachment, please scan it. Okay, number one, because you may get a email from claiming to be from the bank. You may get email claiming to be from your office, workplace, with an attachment. So if you download that attachment, it is very dangerous. So scan the attachment, and only after that you have to download. The third point. So you may get a call claiming to be from the bank. Now, how to believe whether the call is actually from the bank or not? Therefore, I recommend people to use Truecaller. Now, if you use Truecaller, what will happen is, if the call is actually from the bank, it will show green color. Okay, so all of you, what you can do is, you can go to the UCO Bank helpline number and just call that number. If you have Truecaller, it will show green color. If somebody calls pretending to be from the bank, it will be red color, which means it is fraudulent, it is spam. Similarly, I request you to understand, if you are getting delivery from Zomato, Swiggy, Amazon, the delivery boy's call, when it comes, it will be in purple color. If it is not in purple, if it is in blue, don't entertain, because it has become very easy for people. They will simply call your number and tell Amazon parcel is there, give your address, and you will give, and they will come to your house and they will loot your house. So therefore, the request is, if at all somebody is telling that parcel is there, delivery is there, the call has to come in purple color. So this way you will be safe. Okay. So if you're not using Truecaller, if you're in an apartment, you please tell them to give to the security only. Don't entertain anybody to come all the way up to your house. Okay. So remember, never share your credit card number, the CVV, 3-digit CVV, which is at the back, any OTP that you get, or any MPIN that you get in your app. Never, no bank official or anybody for that matter will ask for it. If at all somebody is asking for it, it means he is a criminal. Okay, so now look at this. This is a photograph of mine. Now, somebody may ask, sir, where was this clicked? Very simple. Any photo you can take and upload it on a website called cryptomap.com. What will happen? You will get the exact GPS location where the photo was taken. Now, cyber criminals are using this. What we are doing is, we are taking photos in our house and we are uploading it. This way, you are very easily giving your house GPS location to lot of people. So therefore, my request is, if at all you are uploading photos, please remove that location and data and then upload it, whether it is iPhone, whether it is Android. Okay, you can see the option there, remove the location, and then set. Otherwise, you are only at the receiving end. Okay, next. What you need to do is, you need to be very careful. Whenever you are seated on your chair, somebody may keep a very small pen drive kind of a device next to you. You will think that, oh, this is my pen drive only. If it is not your pen drive, make sure that it is not next to you, because these days a lot of devices have come which people are using for recording what you are talking. So these devices keep recording and transmitting your information, or it could have a GPS chip. Wherever you go, if this is put in your bag, they will get to know your location. So therefore, whenever you see any electronic device that is not yours, immediately discard forward it or immediately keep it away from you. This will be beneficial for you. Next, you may get one WhatsApp message from a number which says your bank app is outdated, update it. And that update will be a .apk file. Please understand, this is the most dangerous file to click on. If at all you get any file which is .apk, for God's sake, don't click on it, because if you click on that app, on that APK file, what will happen is a malicious app will be installed on your device, and the attacker will be able to empty your bank account, will be able to extract all your files, will be able to control your camera, will be able to know your location. All these things the attacker will be able to do. Therefore, my request is, if at all you get any message from anybody, because sometimes you may get a message from your boss only, you will think boss has sent to, no, I will open. No, whoever sends a .apk file, you are not going to click on it, because maybe your boss's phone was only compromised, because many a times what happens, WhatsApp gets hacked and the attacker will send the message to all the contacts and people will believe. So don't ever press on any message which says .apk. APK stands for Android package file. Also, you may get one ad which says you have got 2.5 lakh rupees loan, instant loan, or you have 2.5 lakh rupees. You click on that, again one APK file will come. Don't ever click on APK file. So to be on the safer side, what you can do is go to settings, go to security, unknown sources, one option is there. If it is checked, just uncheck it, because you should never allow installation of apps from unknown sources. Okay, so this is one very important thing. I repeat, APK, .apk, Android package file. Never ever click on anything to do with .apk. Next, another mistake what many of us do is we do net banking. After doing net banking, we forget to log out. So this is very important, especially when you're using public computers or any computer for that matter, which is not yours. So what will happen if you don't log out? Anybody can go there and they can again start using your net banking credentials. So therefore, be careful, my dear friends. Don't ever come out of your system without logging out. Okay, next. Now, how much ever money we are earning, we are not happy, we want more money, or probably what we are earning is not enough to take care of our needs. So cyber criminals know that, and they will tell you, you just have to like some videos and we will pay you so much money. So this is one new scam that is going on. But for that, sometimes what they tell, you have to register. For that, you have to pay 5,000 rupees. They will take money from you and then they will run away. Or they will give you money and they will tell you have to like the videos. And most of the videos will be terrorism related videos. You wouldn't even know. You will keep on liking it. As per the IT Act and the new BNS Act, any act of cyber terrorism, imprisonment up to life. So be careful. Just because some videos come on your Facebook, YouTube feeds, don't go on liking it. Because as per the Madras High Court ruling, liking a message or forwarding a message is equal to endorsing the message. So you have to be very careful, number one. Also, I'm seeing so many people losing money to these fake, what are these? The trading apps. Don't ever fall prey to this. If you really want to trade, what I request you to do is, there are genuine apps like Sharekhan, Zerodha and all that. Download that and do the trading. If you don't know how to trade, but you want to make money in the market, invest your money in stocks, which is that through mutual fund. You don't have to manage the shares and stocks and everything. The mutual fund manager will do everything. You just have to invest and forget. So do that. But if you really want to do trading, don't fall prey to these fake trading apps, because nowadays, whether you are on WhatsApp, Telegram, or social media like Instagram, Facebook, you keep getting these ads. Invest 1 lakh and double it in 7 days, 10 days. And a lot of people are investing money in that and they're losing money. So be careful. Now, I request all of you to take your phones and type *#06#. Now, once you type this, you will get the IMEI number. Save this IMEI number in your email or take a printout and keep it in your house. Because if your phone is lost, when you go to the police station, you can lodge a complaint and you can go to this website called CEIR, which is Central Equipment Identity Register. If you go to this site, you have to upload a copy of your FIR and the IMEI number. Once you do that, nobody in India, I repeat, nobody in India will be able to access that phone, use that phone. They cut because it will be blocked by all the cellular providers. So this is one thing that I want all of you to remember, CEIR, which is Central Equipment Identity Register. Okay, so this is point number one. Point number two, many of you have this very bad habit of sleeping next to your mobile phone, keeping your mobile phone next to you. Be careful because this phone emits radiation. To know how much radiation your phone is emitting, take your phone and type *#07#. Okay, so when you type this, it will show you the radiation. And if at all the radiation is more than 1.6, there are more chances of you getting cancer. So therefore, my request is, number one, don't keep your phone near your head and inside the pocket. If at all you have to keep the phone, not while sleeping, I'm talking, when you are roaming around, keep it inside your trouser pocket. Number one. And number two is check the SAR limit. Make sure that your phone SAR, that is specific absorption rate, SAR value is lesser than 1.6. Next. Now, most of you are having debit and credit cards, and these debit and credit cards, they have this symbol, which is a Wi-Fi kind of a symbol. So if at all this symbol is there, you need to understand it is called tap and pay. So in tap and pay, what happens in India, up to 5,000 rupees you can tap and pay without entering any PIN, OTP, password, passcode, nothing. Just tap and pay. Okay, so therefore, my request for all of you is number one, if you have tap and pay, you need to understand you keep your card in your pocket inside the purse. If so, any criminal can come and hold the credit card reader near your purse, and 5,000 rupees from your account will be immediately debited. You wouldn't even know from where the money has gone. So therefore, two things. Number one, if you're not using that facility, go to net banking and disable it. Okay, number one. But my suggestion is, it is a good thing which is there, the feature, but all you need to do is go to Amazon and buy this RFID protecting sleeve. So if it is costing some 30 rupees, that's all. So if you buy that, take your card and keep it inside this, and then keep it inside the wallet, or buy a wallet which is RFID safe. So this way, what will happen is you will not lose your hard-earned money to any attack like this. Okay, so this is very, very important. So the next is, don't wear watches which are smart watch. Okay, please don't wear, because these smart watches can very easily be hacked, and through smartwatch the cyber criminal can get inside your phone. So if you're using smartwatch, make sure that you use an antivirus also, and scan and update and keep it up to date, number one. Otherwise, don't use analog watches like how I'm using. All right. So, and also nowadays on Instagram, you're seeing a lot of people coming and telling, you want to buy my dress, click on the link below, and you will see two links, HTTP, HTTPS. Remember, both the links can be dangerous. We think just because it is HTTPS, it is safe. Of course, HTTPS only means it is encrypted, but you need to understand that that site may be a fraudulent site. So if at all you are purchasing something, I would recommend those reputed websites like Amazon, Flipkart, and all the reputed. You buy it from them only. Don't go to buy it from any link just because it is HTTPS. Similarly, when you're using net banking also, make sure that the link is HTTPS. It has to be, otherwise it is dangerous. Okay, so you want to buy any product. Now see, there are two websites here. If you can take your phones, all of you, and if you can scan, both will scan the first QR code, you will see that it is wikipedia.org. Second QR code also, if you scan, it is Wikipedia. But you can see the QR codes are different, correct? Both of them look same, but the QR codes are different. That is because the first is the genuine link, which is in Latin. The second is a fraudulent link, which is in a language called as Cyrillic. Okay, and this is the latest kind of an attack, which is called as IDN homograph attack, which is internationalized domain name homograph attack. So number one is, by looking at the link, you cannot tell whether it is genuine or fake. We are in that era right now. Earlier, if you are seeing like Amazon, amazon.com, okay, so a cyber criminal would have bought AMAZONE or AMAZOON. So something like that, some change in the name they would do. But now the links look exactly the same. So many of them will think it is the genuine link of the bank and they may click on it. So my request for all of you is, please install this extension, browser extension called as No Fish. So fish is PHISH. So if you put this, any of these phishing attacks, what they are trying to do, it will block it and it will update you. It's a wonderful thing that you need to do. Next. Many of us, what we do is we do video call. Okay, so you will get one friend request from one beautiful girl, Riya Sharma, Angel, Priya, and whatnot, and you will be talking to them on Facebook, and you will share the WhatsApp contacts, and they will video call you. Okay, and you'll be very happy, and probably they may remove their clothes, you will also remove your clothes, and then they cut the call finally, and then what they do is they blackmail you with the video. Point number one, the person is fake. There is a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. What they use is, they use a technique called Deepfakes. They download these photos and they create a video, and using that video, they call you. Number one. Number two is, there is one new option on WhatsApp, which is called a screen sharing. So never ever press that button if anybody asks you to press it. So I'm seeing so many complaints in police station where they come and tell, sir, I did not share OTP, but the person got the OTP and transaction is done. How is this? Then we ask them, did anybody video call you? They say yes. Then we ask, did anybody ask you to press that button? Yes. So once you press that button, whatever is there on your screen, the other person will be able to see. So very simply, if I have to tell you, if at all you get an OTP, that OTP the person will be able to see, and they can do the transaction even if you don't share the OTP. So number one, if you get WhatsApp video calls from unknown people or friend requests from unknown people, don't accept. Number two, if at all anybody, known people also ask you to press that button, please don't press. Because my guru Sanjay Sahai sir always tells, hacking is the new normal. So I asked, sir, what does it mean, sir? He said, Anand, out of the 100 systems, 95 know that they're hacked, 5 don't know that they're hacked. So which means protecting something is very, very difficult. And also, look at this image. So I always tell people, as far as possible, avoid photos where you're showing your fingerprints. Okay, so like this. So many of them, what they do is they show fingerprints. Avoid it. Okay, for politicians and all, it is okay. But for us, it is very difficult, because if you go to the Google and if you just type Aadhaar database, so many people's Aadhaar numbers are leaked on internet. Many people's. Okay, so what one person by name Jan Chrysler had done in 2014 is, using the photo, he had hacked Germany's defense minister's fingerprint. Okay, this is in 2014. So Jan Chrysler had hacked Germany's defense minister fingerprint. In India, if you have a fingerprint and Aadhaar number, you don't need account number, name, OTP, PIN, password, nothing. All you need is the biometric, and you need the Aadhaar number. You can withdraw using one method called as AEPS, which is Aadhaar Enabled Payment System. 10,000 rupees you can withdraw. So my request for you is, number one, if you're not using this AEPS, go to your bank and tell, to disable AEPS. If it is available on net banking to disable, please disable this feature, because this feature was introduced especially for rural areas where banking facilities they don't have. For them, these micro ATM concept, but cyber criminals are using it and withdrawing your money. Second, what you could also do is install M-Aadhaar app on your phone, and then what you can do is you can immediately enable your biometric lock. So by doing this, nobody will be able to access your. So remember, there is something called doxing, where your personal information becomes public. So the first is your mobile number. So I want you to understand that how many SIM cards have been issued is your Aadhaar card. Very simple. Go to this website called TAFCOP, TAFCOP. Just go to Google and type TAFCOP. You'll see this website. Put your mobile number there. It will ask for a captcha. Enter the captcha. After that, it will give you an OTP. Enter the OTP. It will tell, using your Aadhaar card, how many SIMs are issued. In your case, if it is 1 or 2, it is fine. But if it is more than that, you need to understand that somebody has leaked your Aadhaar card and they've used it for SIM cards, issuing SIM cards, because cyber criminals don't buy SIM card using their Aadhaar card. They always buy it from others. So we need to be careful, number one. So in that case, there is an option there which says not my number. You have to select which is not your number and report it. So this way you will be safe, because as per the new law in India, you cannot have more than 9 SIMs, and the penalty for that is around 2 lakh rupees. So therefore, be careful, because the internet is huge, okay, and it is very easy. Like if I have 3 details about somebody, it is very easy for me to search about him. All the information about him I can get. But the most common thing is now SIM swap. So somebody will use your Aadhaar card, your photo, go to the cellular shop and tell, I have lost my SIM card, give me a replacement SIM. So they will put that SIM in their phone. What will happen? You will lose the network. Immediately you will lose the network, and that person will get OTP. They will get access to everything. So therefore, I request all of you to please keep checking whether the network is there or not in your phone. If the network is gone for a very long time, you must think that you might have become a victim of a SIM swap. Though it is not very likely, but it can happen. Many of them have become victims for that. So therefore, number one is look at that. Number two, for your SIM card, there is a lock, PUK lock. Please enable that. Okay, you can go to Google and search how to lock SIM card. So therefore, that person, even if he takes a new SIM, that he'll have to put the PUK, the password. Otherwise, it will not work. So that's a good thing. And never ever connect to free Wi-Fi. Okay, never, because most of the places the Wi-Fi gets hacked, and if you connect to that Wi-Fi, everything, the data that you're sending and receiving will be used by the attacker, and your credit card details, debit card details, net banking, login information, everything, they will get it. So if at all you're logging into your net banking or doing any transactions, never ever connect to public Wi-Fi. And also never ever charge your devices at public charging stations, because these cables that you see which are used for charging could be data cables, which means once you connect it to your phone, all the data that is there in your phone can get transferred. So we call this attack as juice jacking. So I tell people, always carry your charger. Or number two, what you have to do is, if at all you are charging at public charging stations, switch off your phone and then charge. Okay, so this is very, very important. Another attack I'm seeing these days is at the ATM machine. So you go to the ATM machine, somebody has put a poster there telling that the bank has now come with a new app. Click on it, scan the QR code. And when you scan the QR code, what will happen is you will be getting the one link, APK link, and it will download and it will pretend to be your actual mobile banking app, but it is fraudulent. So simply don't scan QR codes that you see in the ATM, because any cyber criminal can get one printout and come and stick it at the ATM and go. If the guard who is sitting outside the ATM is not very alert, he wouldn't know at all, and you may become a victim. So therefore, be very, very careful, my dear friends. And also nowadays one camera is available which can capture the heat. So what it can do is, what you have typed the ATM in the POS, that is point of sale machine, they will know what is the password that you have typed, the pin that you have typed. So therefore, my request is, when you type the pin, type other numbers also after you press submit, because otherwise the person can use devices like this and they can. So I tell people, as far as possible, use tap to pay. So with tap to pay, you don't have to enter this pin up to 5,000 rupees. And most of our transactions are usually within 5,000. So this way you will be safe. But if you don't have tap to pay, then you'll have to enter this. But while entering this, yeah, but again, tap to pay, when you need to have a RFID safe wallet or a sleeve. Otherwise, what will happen is they can remove up to 5,000 rupees without your knowledge. And while giving your pen drive to somebody, be careful. Okay, usually what people do is they ask for pen drive. So in our pen drive, we sometimes store a lot of data, and all the data is there. So anybody can use a tool like Rikuwa, Disk Drill, RStudio, and they can recover whatever you have deleted. Okay, so be careful. So many a times some important files we put in the pen drive, just because somebody has asked, we delete it and give it to them. But that person will still be able to recover all the data which was deleted. So therefore, use this app called a secure eraser to erase the data. Erase means permanently delete the data, and then give the pen drive to somebody. Okay, and this is a QR code. All of you, if you scan this, what will happen is 2,000 rupees from your bank balance will be debited. Okay, so this is a malicious QR code. Don't scan it. Okay, so first thing what I want to tell you is, be careful while scanning QR code. Number two, even at petrol pumps and all, anybody can print their QR code and put it on that and go. You will be scanning, money will go to that person, not to the pump guy. So whenever you are scanning a QR code, at the top it will tell the name of the person whom you are sending the message. Ask that business entity owner whether it is him. If he says yes, only then do the transaction. Okay, otherwise what will happen is, you may end up sending money to the wrong person. And Google Pay, usually when it is the amount is to be sent to any cyber criminal or something, it gives you an alert which says this payment seems to be suspicious. If at all you get a alert like this, immediately you have to cancel that transaction. Don't go ahead with the transaction. And I request all of you to go to the site once, haveibeenpwned.com. Put your email address there. Okay, you will see that your email has been compromised. You will see a lot of websites where your email has been compromised. The research says that we are using the same password to nearly three accounts. Now, for example, if I have my net banking password, that same password I'm using for my Facebook also, Gmail also, everywhere we are reusing the passwords. Never do that. What will happen is, if at all my Facebook gets hacked, okay, now that password the cyber criminal will use for Gmail also and net banking also, and he'll get access to that as well. So therefore, use different passwords. Number one. Number two, make sure that your password is minimum 16 characters with capital letter, small letter, numbers and symbols. Number three, if you are finding it difficult to remember the passwords, then use any of these software. These are called password managers. Use this software which will save your passwords securely, so that you don't have to remember a lot of passwords. Okay, this is a wonderful feature. Number four, most of the apps like Facebook, Gmail, they have an option called as two-factor authentication. Enable that. Okay, so when you enable that, what will happen is, after you enter the password, one OTP comes to your phone, or one authenticator app gets the message. So this also you have to enter. So even if the cyber criminal gets your password, he or she will not be able to access without this OTP. So therefore, please enter this. What you have to do is, you have to enable this two-factor authentication, so that way you will be more secure. Or you may also enable the fingerprint access also. That is, apart from entering the password, you have to give the thumb or fingerprint. Okay. and people are falling prey to this. Somebody has sent a message telling that he is Putin and this fake person is in Russia. He needs 3,000 rupees to go there and stop the war. Please send. And people have sent money. So in fact, what is happening is we are ending up believing everything that we are seeing on the internet. So we have to be a little careful. Now, you may all agree. So this should be the solution now. Of course not. Even these phones also can be hacked. Okay. So we need to remember that hacking is the new normal, and it is our duty to stay safe and to stay protected. Okay, so forwarding a message, as I told you that time, is equal to accepting the message and endorsing the message as per the Madras High Court ruling, number one. And also you need to take care of your body also whenever you are using these devices. See, your head weighing 4 kilo at 0 degree, but as you bend your head, by 15 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, look at the strain on the neck. As you bend your head by 60 degree, 27 kilo strain on your neck. That is why a lot of people these days, they're getting neck pain, they're getting spondylitis. So always use your phone at 0 degree angle. Okay, number one. Number two, for every 20 minutes of screen time, for 20 seconds, look 20 feet away. This is important, otherwise you'll strain your eyes. Number three, never look at the screen when it is dark, especially as soon as you get up or as soon just before you're going to sleep. Never look at the screen. Okay. And number four, you get this blue cut lens. Okay, it is available. So all the digital devices, they emit blue rays. Now these blue rays are harmful to the eyes and they cause headache. So if you wear these glasses, not the anti-glare, these are blue cut lens. If you wear this, what will happen is you will not get the headache or experience the fatigue which you would otherwise have experienced. And many are having this finger pain now. So because they're typing all the time, so typing, they're getting repetitive strain injury for their thumb. So use this keypad called as swipe so that you will avoid straining your fingers. Okay, I am Dr. Anant Prabhu Gurpur. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So a verified profile, and just stay in touch. Visit the UCO Bank website. Visit I4C. Visit ISEA. That is Information Security, Education and Awareness. So these are all Government of India websites where a lot of updates are regularly posted so that you can stay safe and you can stay protected. Because remember that internet is a double-edged sword. Advantages are there, disadvantages are also there, and we need to know how to browse the internet responsibly and understand the perils of the digital world. Okay, so I'll be available here for some time. I think I've tried to cover whatever possible, how much ever possible I've tried to cover. And I once again thank UCO Bank for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you. So yeah, let's keep going here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand Prabhuji. Truly speaking, sir, you have taken us to a level, and you have, within no time, you have touched upon all the areas. You have given a new insights as to how the cyber criminals and cyber threat actors are using different opportunities at different level, at large scale, and they are really getting succeeded by cheating the common people, the innocent people of all ages. And the only the safeguard which you have truly said is the awareness, and the kind of step that you have talked about. I'm sure all our the fellow customers, the stakeholders must have been hugely benefited with your flawless as usual, the best connect that I have ever seen, Dr. Saab. And thank you so much once again for taking us all with your new tips and tricks. And I believe that all the stakeholders, those who have connected with us today, because we are live on YouTube, or even thereafter, those who will listen to this entire conversation with which you have delivered, I am sure each one of us is going to be benefited. So with these words, Dr. Saab, thank you so much for spending time with us, and we are looking forward to your further connect with us and keep guiding us, keep spreading this awareness. And as you rightly said, your motive is be cyber safe world. And truly speaking, Government of India theme this month is also Cyber Surakshit Bharat, the Satark Nagrik. So it gets coincided with your effort which you are putting in entirely. You have dedicated your efforts at all level. So we truly thank you so much for your time and valuable insight that you have given to us. And in the last, before we conclude, I'd like to thank all our the valued customers, the stakeholders, the staff members, senior citizens, ex-staff, those who have spent time today and joined in our live webinar. We hope that by following the safeguards guided by Dr. Anand Prabhu, all of you will be keeping yourself safe and secure. Be safe, be alert, and stay safe, and don't react fast on any kind of a message that you receive from the threat actors. That's the key, and you have to think thoughtfully as to why someone is trying to show so much of urgency, as to why they are sending such messages to us, what intent they have. In case if you take a pause, think, and then act, I think it is going to give a lot of happiness to all of us. So with these words, I would like to conclude this webinar. And any kind of support that you need, you all can connect with us through our customer care handle or through social media. And then I would also encourage to all our stakeholders to visit the bank's website, www.ucobank.com. We have a dedicated cyber security section. I would encourage all our valued customers to please do visit. We continue to update the stuff there with latest tips and tricks, the advisories, and lot many steps are given there for the benefit of our customer at large. So with these words, I'd like to thank Dr. Prabhu once again, and to all our valued customers and stakeholders. And now we conclude this webinar. Thank you so much, one and all. Have a good day.